Should Kim Kardashian in the state of California be allowed to practice law without even going to law school or having a law degree? That's what this video is going to be about. It's a hot button issue right now, especially in the state of California. Before I get into my personal views on the issue, I wanted to talk about the exception that Miss Kardashian falls under in the state of California. And here's what the exception criteria is. In the state of California, you don't technically have to have a law degree to practice law. You can get around it through basically what I would consider to be a loophole, where you can have a lot of work experience in law for a few years, or work as an understudy or some sort of a paralegal or something similar to that to be able to practice law in the state of California. So that is the exception that she falls under. I believe as long as you pass the ethics test, you can take the bar if you fall under this loophole in the state of California. So just so you know, that's what we're talking about here. Now I'm going to get into my personal view on the subject from someone who actually has a law degree, me, and many other people like you out there. Personally, I do not agree with this, and I think it should be stopped by the ABA universally across this country and possibly under states that are allowing this. The state houses and the state courts under the state laws should stop this in their respective states. And I'll tell you why I'm really against this. Number one, it's not fair to other people who actually went through the intellectual gauntlet of law school like I did and many others in this nation. I think it's unfair and I think it should be stopped. It's also an issue of education, experience, competence, and knowledge and authority, which law school gives you. Law school gives you the ability and the knowledge to be able to be a lawyer. I believe it prepares you to be a lawyer. Without that, I don't think you have the competence to actually practice law in this nation without going through law school. I also think in some maybe narrow scenarios it can open up the door to more corruption in the legal profession that we don't need. It is a total mess, and these are some of the major reasons why I am against this. In my opinion, a lot of it's an issue of ethics and competence, mainly competence. Keep in mind, a legal secretary and a paralegal are not lawyers. Just having legal experience is not the same thing as going through law school, passing the ethics test, and passing the bar to become an attorney. Those are perfectly fine careers. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing is, they're not lawyers, they're not attorneys, and they can't practice law. That is the reality of it. I just think this is totally wrong. Legal experience does not necessarily give somebody the authority to go and practice law or be a judge in this nation. It's simply not reality in my opinion. When it comes to me, I do have a law degree. I passed the ethics test, but I'm not a licensed attorney. I'm probably in like the 10 or 20% for the profession. I have a law degree, I worked for lawyers further back, but I never actually practiced. Practicing law really wasn't for me. That's not really what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I went into politics and public service, which is a smaller percentage of people that do get law degrees. This does happen. But I never practiced law, but I still have a law degree. It's a tremendous sacrifice on your private life. It was the biggest accomplishment of my life thus far. It's a lot of work. It's a commitment over many, many years. It's a complete career change and a resume commitment over many, many years. It's a grueling process. It's a lot harder than getting an undergraduate degree. When it comes to Miss Kardashian, Kim, if you really want to be a lawyer, go to law school like everybody else, go through the intellectual marathon and the mental gauntlet like everybody else, so it's fair for everybody. Get a law degree if you want to be a lawyer. You seem like an intelligent person. You already have other degrees. If you really want to be a lawyer, go to law school like everybody else, so it's fair for everybody, and get a law degree so you have the confidence to go out there and practice. That is the reality of it. If she wants to do this, and that goes not just for her, for anybody else like her anywhere. If you want to do this, go take out the loans, go save the money, whatever your situation is, go get a law degree like everybody else, so it's fair and equitable for everybody, and you can go practice like everybody else. But you need a law degree. That is the reality of it. That way it's fair for everyone. People need law degrees to practice law. Just like in any other profession, it is all regulated, and it has to be for many, many reasons that go way beyond this video. Personally, if I were a lawyer out there and I saw this, especially in the state of California, I'd be calling the ABA and complaining about this, and I'd be calling the state bar in the state of California and complaining about this. Or if you work in the legal industry, I'd be calling those and complaining, because I think it should be stopped. Once again, thank you for your time, thank you for your consideration and your time commitment to my channel once again this year. If you're interested in the AI issue, I would strongly encourage you to watch the next video. The next video is going to be on, is AI going to turn America into a socialist republic due to dependency on federal government programs when a lot of the jobs start getting eliminated? Once again, thank you. It's free to subscribe.